afraid to date again, maybe you've had a breakup or you've had a long dry spell and you haven't gone out on a date in a very long time, it can be hard to get back out there again. It can be scary, especially if there's been a lot of time between your last first date and now. And so I advise you to go on practice dates. What are practice dates? Those are dates with men who are not your typical type, men maybe that you're not so attracted to, men who are maybes, what we call maybes. Not like, oh yes, this is somebody I definitely feel a connection with. They're people that you may find you have something in common. Maybe you had a good phone call and it was okay, and you're curious to know more. Now, why are these dates important? In this video, I'm going to discuss the top 3 reasons why you should all be going on practice dates if you're still single. Number 1, practice gives you clarity about what you want and need. We often think we need a certain character trait or a quality in a man, but when we go on practice dates with men that we're not very anxious about because we're not so attracted to or we're not so into, we might be pleasantly surprised about some qualities that we didn't really know we wanted or needed. For example, maybe we thought that somebody having a PhD was really important, but we went on a date with a guy who had a bachelor's degree and he was brilliant and he was doing this really incredible work in the world and we're really attracted to him. So we realized we can take the PhD off the list and really connect with somebody based on the intelligence that we're attracted to. So that's an example of a nice to have. I once was talking to a woman who wanted coaching and she said, I absolutely must have a golfer. Why a golfer? Because I love to play golf. Now that's a nice to have in my opinion. Sure, it would be great to have somebody you could do an activity with, but you could do those activities with other people. You don't have to do them with your significant other. So when you go on a practice date, you might see, wow, I thought I needed a golfer, but you know what? This guy introduced archery to me or axe throwing or something else that was really fun. And I never even knew that existed. Number 2, practice lets you manage your expectations in dating. If you're holding out for that perfect man, you're probably going to be single for a very long time. If you want to really find lasting love and intimacy, it's really helpful to explore what it's like to date many types of men and manage your expectations that you have to know he's the one on the first phone call or the first date. We often go into dating with this crazy expectation that he's got to have all these qualities and he's got to be perfect and he's got to have all these things that make him, you're going to know the minute you see him that chemistry is going to be there. But the slow burn is much more likely to happen and to last when you manage your expectations and relax into the dating process. If you're anxious, you're going to usually sabotage the whole dating process. And number 3 is that practice makes it easy to be yourself when you meet the right man. If you've been practicing showing up authentically with men that might not be the right fit, but you're comfortable, you're really being more yourself so that when you meet the right person for you, you're going to show up more as you, which is really what you want. You want to reveal who you are sooner rather than later. And so the more you practice, the more comfortable you get in your own skin. So if you've been holding out for Mr. Perfect or Mr. Type, please go on dates with Mr. Maybes, the guys who are the practice dates, because you never know if one of them is either going to become your last first date or lead you to your last first date. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you gone out with a practice date on a practice date and found that that person was a love of your life? If that's true, then let us know, or let us know if practice dates have helped you. And I look forward to hearing from all of you really soon.